Now that I've talked about why I think anti-cosmic Satanism is cool, let me tell you why I think it's also kind of redundant using these two packages of gummy bears. For those unfamiliar with the term, anti-cosmic Satanism is just a philosophy that wants to see the world return to pre-creation status. Think of the book of Genesis in the Bible, where God kind of floated over murky waters before he created everything. The universe looked like this then, everything all jumbled together, all one pile of stuff. Nothing was distinct or separate from each other. It was all just one big, murky pool of stuff, like all the paints tossed together into the color brown. The 7 days of creation are when God did this, separating light from dark, and water from earth, and air from ground, tree from rock, bird from flower. That is the world we live in now, where everything is from the same cloth, but distinct and separate, and things we can observe from outside ourselves. In anti-cosmic Satanism, you and the butterfly are not separate entities, but are all one thing. Everything exists together at the same time, experiencing itself infinitely. But here, everything is distinct, and we can experience the joy of the butterfly from outside. We can experience it with our senses, with our eyes, with our ears, and while we're still connected to it as part of creation, we can also understand that it is not us and we are not it. God himself went through this process too. He went through this process of deciding what pieces are God and what pieces are not God. The things that are God might be found in Jewish mysticism, known as Kabbalah, through the 10 Sephirot. These spheres are aspects of God, and the practitioner will move up these spheres in order to become one with God. The Qliphoth of demonolatry and occultism is the opposite of those 10 spheres of the Sephirot. These are the things that are not God. And many will tell you that the point of this isn't to merge with God, but to become one's own God when they reach the end of it. But again, I think it's redundant. In fact, I think it's actually reminiscent of most fundamental Christian philosophy surrounding the world. The rapture, you see, represents a similar time where the world fades away to nothing, and we all become one big jumbled mess again. That is where all this is heading, whether you believe in the rapture or not. This world is but a dream. Because at the end of the day, even if I am separate from a tree or another person, we're still all connected, and we're still all pieces of God. So it's kind of hard to become what you already are. I've heard that in the opinion of Qliphotic practitioners, the root of all evil is actually separation, things being made distinct and separate from one another. But rather than trying to turn everything back into cosmic soup, I feel the bigger test of our fortitude would be to learn how to see all of these distinct things as still one and the same creation. Even if we experience all these things distinctly, all the blue water from all the yellow gold and sunlight, all of the light green plants and flowers from all of the orange fruits and blooms, the fact is that they are still all one thing, and we don't need to just jumble it all together into cosmic soup to understand that. Taking away the option to actually explore and understand on one's own terms that we are all connected and true and one, that's not helpful to the collective that is all of creation. You can enjoy and experience the blue raspberry flavor of a gummy bear versus the green apple flavor. Enjoy them separately and still understand that they are both gelatin-based gummy bears. Like a gem has many facets, these things are just two different sides of a larger idea. But if you just took the whole fistful in your mouth and ate them all at once, then you couldn't really tell what was going on anymore. Me personally, I really like the fact that there is a big distinction between the bees and the birds and myself. I like that even if I and the pasta and tomatoes and basil and parsley and all that are all part of one larger being, I get to experience these different things and discover what makes them unique. Even if at the end of the day we're all part of the same base material, we all have this such different expression and such different ways of manifesting in the world that it's a celebration every time I get to experience something new. That is why I am cosmic, because as fun as the idea is to never have to pay rent again because everything is just one big ball of cosmic soup, the fact is that just as God made this world for us to play in and dream in, So too am I dreaming. Did you know that in Christian mysticism, it's actually the goal to one day lose all sense of self and ego to merge back into God? In that way, Christian mysticism has something of an anti-cosmic tinge itself. Heaven is not the goal for that reason. Paradise, where we can still experience all this bliss on our own. So long as this world exists, God is saying, let me enjoy all that I've made a little longer. And so long as cosmic folks like myself exist, we're saying, let us enjoy the dream of this garden a little longer. 'Cause I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to wake up from this dream anytime soon. Are you?